hey, check this out. As one brief digression. Look at this. In my prototyping sandbox save, in E-class, in an orbit, a highly elliptical orbit around Kerbin, the periapsis, 42 kilometers. That's interesting. It's almost striking Kerbin, but just barely missing by you know, the narrowest margin. If you don't focus on the thing, then it actually, in the way the game works, it won't be slowed down by the atmosphere. So it's going to stay there until I do something about it. Occasionally burning through the atmosphere, causing sonic booms and breaking people's eardrums and stuff. Crazy. Alright, so the first thing that I want to do, let's make certain that this is on. Yeah, the first thing is we want to detach the payload and get the payload docked onto the space station. So let's do a control from here. Good. Do a decouple the node. Thank you. Alright, am I still controlling from here? No, I'm not. Alright, now am I still controlling from here? Yes, I am. Good. Turn RCS on and translate up. Oh, did it dock again? No, it shouldn't have. Translate upwards. Oh, is it seizing on something? Is it... Okay, here we go. Forward just a hair. Now, can we translate up out of here? What is the issue, guys? No, I'm hitting the right button. It's stuck! It doesn't want to go, doesn't want to leave. Is this the thing? I mean, it does, because this isn't perfectly balanced. You have to keep an eye on the electric charge. Here, let's try aiming down like that. And... can we roll a little bit? Guys, payload is stuck inside the Talon. Is it because of this issue right here? Will that piece... I think maybe that is the issue. Is this one piece? That is a real problem. Can I... Well, no, now that's saying that's not the issue because... Oh, well, maybe it is. You know what this needs? I need to try... Okay, I've got a plan. I'm going to cease recording a bit. I'm going to go and I'm going to install the mod Kerbal attachment system. I'm going to send a Kerbal out there and get him to pull that thing right off. Pull that RCS port off. Okay, we're back. We returned. The adventure continues. I went and installed Kerbal attachment system, not for the parts, but for the utility. As soon as I loaded back in the scene, I wasn't yet recording. This thing went and redocked. I'm thinking that... Let's see, I wonder if that may have resolved its own issue. Here, let's try it one more time. Let's try it this way one more time. Control from here. Maybe in redocking, and you'd see that RCS port is not extending quite so far. Maybe in redocking, this could have resolved its issue. It'll be able to come out of here. Undock. Hey! It worked! How about that? Ah, I'm so pleased. So very pleased. Yeah, let's control from here, why don't we? Good. Turn that SAS on. Thank you. Do this. Okay, we definitely want to keep an eye. Yeah, I was going to send a guy out to take the thing off. Okay, let's go and set this as our target. We do appear to be leaving the what am I trying to say? The station behind, so we kind of want to resolve that issue pretty quick. And bam, just like that. Thank you very much. Okay. Kind of wobbly and awkward, but it worked. Good. Okay, cool. let's just do a quick save at this point, just in case things break all over the place again. Hello, you two guys in here. Got anything you want to say? Nothing coming to mind. I'm just hoping that we have enough fuel in this beast to deorbit. That's my only real concern. Bill, I'm certain we can make it. It may end up being a rescue mission or something if we don't have enough fuel. But what are the odds of that happening? You know? Monopropellant. Do we not have... I was forgetting about our other monopropellant tanks. Or is it just the one? Let's take more monopropellant. I forgot that there's 75 in this thing. And I think there's a little bit more in here. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, this one's got a little bit of monopropellant. Okay, now, finally, I believe we are ready to undock, and let's get out of here. Let's undock. Thank you. Okay, which one am I controlling? That's always the question. Yeah, control from here. Thank you. Turn that on, and let's just translate downwards. There, very gradually. Is that a little bit too bright? No, okay. I'm tempted to look at this. It's so bright. It looks like it doesn't even look like it's on night side. But I'm remembering how the previous video turned out darker than I thought it should be. I'll leave it there now and see what that looks like when we actually end up rendering the video. Okay, now I want to action group 2. Let's turn the sabers off, so we're just running on the monopropellant engines. The station is still in the way. Let's try translating left some to get some clearance from the station. I gotta tell you, putting this thing together, I did enjoy it. You know, trying to make a cool shape and making the thing so it's a true single-staged orbit and it can actually carry a payload. However, just the size difference and how sluggishly it moves relative to the TaleChaser, I personally enjoy flying the TaleChaser more. Even if, in theory, this thing would be more cost-efficient. You know, it might be more expensive to build it, but, you know, that in operating it, as long as you have lightweight payloads, you don't, you know, only thing you spend is fuel. Still, it's just not quite as much fun as the TaleChaser. Okay, periapsis. Again, I want to drop this thing down to 80. Yep, right about there. Bye-bye, oof. Got the modded interior for this one, too. Again, yeah, this is the mod that I put together like the months ago. And our numbers are backwards again. What is going on with that? Earlier they weren't. But, again, that's for another day. We'll be working on that stuff. Kind of wish I had oh, wait a second. I actually may have a Delta V display in this thing. Hang on. Inside my own. Yeah, vessel total Delta V 585. I think but that just is counting what we have in liquid fuel. That's not counting the Delta V that you have from RCS. From the well, actually, I'm not certain how that works with the monopropellant engines. Does it consider that? Notice this is without having the engineer installed. See, that's kind of irritating. The stock game does have the ability to tell you what your Delta V is. Why don't they give us that information? 83, 75. You know, that's actually close enough. Because, well, actually, thinking about our mistakes with the last reentry, I'll probably be going for my retrograde burn, my re-entry burn, somewhere around here anyway. And again, I want to use all of this monopropellant up since it'll be pretty much useless once we get in atmosphere. Save as much of our liquid fuel for atmospheric flight. Again, I want to double check which tanks do I have this loaded in. Yeah, that's good. That works. There's another way to do that. Yep. All right. This time I mean it. Stop messing around with that stuff. That's subject for other videos. Okay, right about there. And throttle up. Burn this monopropellant. Down here, and we'll leave the path, extending out into the water a little bit further than last time. Seeing as how we're going to be descending slower and spending more time in the drag-inducing air, but we've actually got respectable amounts of liquid fuel remaining. Okay, too, but we'll leave the monopropellant engines turned on. We'll light our sabers back up. These are still in rocket mode, right? Closed cycle mode, rocket mode. And keep our nose pretty much into the relative wind as we're not wanting to cause a lot of drag. Let's burn the last bit of monopropellant. Let's extend that path out more. This was a mistake. How about like that? I saw that there is a mod that'll change our projected path, taking into account as effects of the atmosphere. I'm not certain how does that. I haven't tried it yet. I'm not certain how that mod takes into account if changing things, and you can control to an extent how much drag and how much lift your vehicle presents by presenting different angles of attack. I'm not certain how they take that into account. Maybe they do. Anyway, I'll have to take a look at it. Okay, yeah, this thing, it was a real groundhog trying to get off the ground. It used all of the runway, every last bit of that runway to get that takeoff. But now we're significantly lighter coming down, and so I am anticipating that actually when we get to landing that this vehicle really does like to float on landing. Let's do something here. Let's really go and use the last of that monopropellant. Don't expect it to do much of anything. Good. Oh, no. Whoop, 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 whoop. Hit the wrong button. I was trying to turn the monopropellant engines off. And let's continue to maintain a nose-up attitude kind of thing. Try and get some more lift. We get down to... Yeah, look how badly I misjudged that. But we actually have a respectable amount of fuel. Liquid fuel. When we get down to low enough altitude where I expect my air intakes to be effective, I am confident that we should be able to fly to Kerbal Space Center with this. This will work. And once we drop down below 20, get down to, say, like 18 kilometers altitude. Matter of fact, let's change mode right now. Which actually does add a little bit of drag. Yep, okay, and there's our 4 engines lighting up. And let's just try and pull up enough to just to maintain altitude for a little bit. How about that idea, guys? Yeah, about like that. Throttle down a little bit to a more fuel-saving state. Good. Still more of a climb than I was looking for. I wanted to maintain altitude. We're gonna flame our engines out again. Alright guys, yeah, not looking to climb, just looking to maintain altitude. Pretty close. There we go. Did this mountain range ever get a name? If not, it needs a good name. And throttle back some and allow the nose to come down. And we'll start doing our glide into Kerbal Space Center. Okay, looks like, yeah, we need to keep a little bit of power in. Do like a third throttle here. Let's view out of the cockpit light. Hip. That looks like... Yeah, that looks more like overshooting the cockpit view. Throttle back some more. Yeah. Fires just go completely out. Maybe just be able to glide in from here. Let's go ahead and stick that landing gear out. Landing gear, I said. And the thing about it, keep in mind when landing this particular airplane is the angle from these mains to that tail. You can't flare on landing too much. You can only get away with having the nose, say, about 5 degrees above the horizon. You know, between 5 and 10 degrees. Any more than 10 degrees, and bad things could happen. I just noticed my canards are responding to roll. Do you see that? Those things are supposed to only be for pitch. I can't believe I didn't get that earlier. Alright, throttle back some, because now we do want to slow down. Already our vertical speed is almost good. And looking at that, coming down, my FAR training tells me this is dangerously slow, but I have to keep on remembering, no, this is stock aerodynamics. Alright, okay, keep that, don't let that nose be up too high. About that much. Alright, and we actually have to pitch forward some to get that nose to go down. Hold that and hit the brakes. And come to a stop. Whoop! Oh, you see it just barely... Oh, maybe it's not balanced enough. Oh, God, look at that. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. 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 Oh, wow. I think... I think that's still a problem. Oh man, in the development of this thing, putting this together, figuring out the placement of the landing gear was such a nightmare, trying to get to a point where it would be able to rotate upon takeoff and still would be balanced upon landing because the enormous difference in weight, and still have the center of mass be in the middle of the cargo bay. Obviously, I didn't get it quite correct. Not yet. They need to go. It's almost balanced, almost, but just not quite. Okay, yeah, recovered a vessel. Good. Wow. Okay. Well, we ran into problems. We solved the problems. But that ended up. I don't know. At first, I was thinking that this whole thing would be just one video, and it turned out to be. I don't even know how many it'd be after editing it. At least 3, maybe 4. But we got 2 spaceships launched and 2 of them safely recovered at Kerbal Space Center. Neither one of them landed exactly the way I wanted them to, but they did make it back. Nothing got all blowed up. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely, and if I haven't already, it's difficult knowing, speaking into the future, if I've already shared the craft file. Hopefully the craft file with the landing gear slightly adjusted. Okay, it's been good talking to you. We'll look at other projects coming up. I think I'm not done making stock vehicles. I want to try this some more. I will talk to all of you later. It's been fun. Goodbye.